Yo, if you clicked on the video, you know we're talking about the Grinch Untimely review. No need for an intro, except for this one that we're about to talk about now. This part came during the final stages of me actually making the video. I just felt like I needed to put something in there to be like, hey, by the way, this isn't like a nice kitty review for the Grinch, in case some kid like around the time was like, oh, I want to watch something about the Grinch. I love the Grinch, because they're like, I don't know, a little kid and weird. So they wanted to see a video talking about all the Grinches. I didn't want them and their parents to watch and be like, oh, never again. So I put this in there for that. Unlike, well, we'll talk about that. Unlike the Sonic Untimely review, after watching the final Grinch movie, which is by far the worst, I knew that this was going to be how I was going to like intro into this film section, because I knew I was going to do something filmed just because I wanted it to be a little Christmassy, you know? And what I was going to do, which if you watch the video, you may have noticed, there we go. I'm holding different Dr. Seuss books. I thought that I had How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I do not. And instead of spending money on a book that I was never going to actually read, it was going to be on a shelf somewhere for the rest of my days, I was like, what if I just took all the ones that I did have, and then we get to them, you'll see that I just have a different one in every film scene. But in talking about DaVinci Resolve, I guess as a whole, sometimes it'll do this thing where even if you render something out, it won't render everything out correctly. So right here, you see how it just cuts for some reason? That's not how it actually should be. If we go to how it is and decompose it, it's actually supposed to fade in, because, you know, it's more cinematic. It feels nicer. It feels like you're really doing something. But for whatever reason, this like it didn't do that. So if I see something like that in the rest of this, I'll talk through it. But oh, we could also talk about the music choice, because for most of this video, I want to say it's all like MF Doom-esque beats until what? So up until we get to the actual review part, it's MF Doom beats, or MF Doom type beats, like the Cooking Soul type beats. One of the reasons why I chose that was because I knew that there was Adult Swim like bumpers, and like MF Doom did them back in like, I don't know, 2002 or something, and that was something that I wanted to incorporate in some type of way, and so I decided to do it with that. That's also why it starts off with all caps, and then I just put the you know, the jingle bells, because it, you know, Christmassy, the vibes. This video was just all about the vibes, and I tried to get that right. What I didn't get right was this, the little circle part. I'm not very good at getting it to where it doesn't constantly shake like that, but you know, I do what I can. Hey, it's me. So we could actually talk about why this process was interesting. When I was initially going through it, I wanted to have the lights and the fire reflect on me. I don't know how to do that. And so that was a very hard process for me to just at the end of it be like, all right, whatever, let me just get the, hey, did I disappear? See, another thing that happens sometimes with this, it's very finicky when you try to mess around with things. I guess I could just more talk about it, and then later I'll show you the way that I did certain things. But I really just wanted the lighting to match, and I think I did a pretty decent job with that in terms of getting it like that. But this was actually the fourth and final version of the background, because it was going to be, which I'll put up on screen. I had asked a couple people what they thought was the best one, and this was the one that they picked, and this is the one that I liked the most too. The other thing about this particular one was all of that thing, because for some reason when I was doing this, for some reason the transition would like cut into the mantelpiece, and I didn't like it, so I had to keep figuring out why I was doing that. And I just ended up putting a stack on top of it, and that helped a lot more. But that's it for like the written parts, live action parts, I mean. For this came during the editing process too. I just thought that it would be cool because of the, here we go. I just thought that that was a cool little transition, so I just did it where we're going back in time and, you know, going forward after that. We already talked about cards in the Sonic video, but for this one I put in that the Grinch was at January 6th because I think that it would be really funny if he was there, not for like political reasons, but because it's like really negative, and I feel like the Grinch would really do well with all that negativity and be like, oh yeah, let me be like he looks like he's supposed to be there. That's the only reason why I did that. Joke also barely made it in because I thought that it might be too much, but then people told me it was okay. Maybe I shouldn't listen to him, who knows. But I liked it, and I think that it's very, very funny. Oh, we could talk about the other thing that came during the editing process that wasn't in the script. The stick slash, I don't even know who made the song, but I know JID made stick, but I don't know who made You're a Mean One. I don't remember what his name is, but that was not in the script. That was just something that I thought was funny. And when I edit, I also listen to music most of the time, so I think I was listening to stick at the time and was like, oh, this is hard, I gotta put this in there somewhere. I just cut up the Mr. Grinch, like the actual lyrics, so that it fit better, because obviously that's not like, well, if you didn't know, that's not like the cadence that he sings the song in. Like, it's more like, oh, hold on, okay, this is how it's supposed to sound. Actually, hold on, let me make sure that it's gonna.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
So that's how it's supposed to sound. And I found the isolated vocals. I don't know how to do that myself. They're like, I just split it out a little bit more just for that. And then I also put in Kendrick, what video is this from? This is like You. This is like the one where he does like 3 different songs in a, I don't remember what it is. Oh, of course, I didn't actually find the video. I just found like the dancing thing. But it's like, it doesn't matter. I just put that in there because I think that Kendrick dancing like that is just funny. Like, him hitting the quad is just so funny to me. So there's that. This was, going back, this was actually supposed to be same like classroom that I put in the Shark Boy and Lava Girl one. I'll put up a picture of that. It was supposed to be that one, but I couldn't find the clip without anybody in it anymore, so I just got a different one. But it was supposed to be the cinematic universe, but I could not make it happen, so whatever. Ooh, here comes my favorite part. Okay, cool, let's talk about how I got Tunerific Tariq to be in this video. I'm not gonna say how I did it because I don't want people just doing that and making it annoying, but I'll just say that I asked him to do it and he was like, yeah, whatever. And I don't know why, by the grace of God, he was like, yeah, sure, that's funny, because this part,
oh, what a dick,
like, that's actually from a different video of his, and I had clipped that one. Like, I don't even know how old that video is. It's the Fafiyama Yumi one, and from the moment I watched that to now, I just have had that clip on my computer because it's the funniest thing. I was like, oh, this is perfect, I could use it. And I got the harebrained idea to be like, yo, what if I got him to like say something? And I did, so that's cool. I sent it to him after it was like done. He was like, yeah, I'll check it out. He never said anything after that. So either he was like, yo, this shit is trash, I'm never doing this again, and I'm not gonna respond, or he got busy and forgot about it, because it's not like he really knows who I am. But, you know, if you watch this and you're like, Oh man, I loved Tunerific Tariq's cameo in this video. I think y'all should work together again. If y'all send it to him, that's not really me, and I'm not saying you should, but if you felt compelled to, that's really on y'all. You know, I can't really tell y'all what to do. I'm just saying that is an option y'all have. Also, it's really funny to me that the first person that I've actually like collaborated with like on a video was him, when he was like one of the reasons why I was like, I kind of want to make YouTube videos. So that's cool. I actually want to talk about this because this is something that I think is interesting in terms of like the script writing process, because the Grinch for the 2000 and 2018 version didn't have cards. Because in my mind, when I was first doing it, I was like, I already described him in the 66 version. Why would I do it again? But I realized that like, even though it's the same character, they are characterized differently. And I wanted to make sure that that was in the video afterwards, which is why they're all different. When we get to the 2018 version, you can see how much I just don't care, because like I barely wrote anything, and that was just based off of vibes. But one thing that I think is really interesting about just this process in general is that you're able to do this. Like when I decided to do that, I was already at the 2018 like part of the untimely part. Like I had to go back, rewrite, well not rewrite, but I had to go back and write something for this and then stick it in. I think even the audio should be different. I don't think I did it at the same. Yeah, like new Grinches. Because I did it, once I was at 2018, I just went back and did both and just cut it. Actually, this was not here's a real peek behind the curtain. This was not part of the script. I just didn't want to edit it. So like me talking doesn't, like I don't fade out naturally. I faded myself out because I didn't feel like actually finding like different interesting clips to put in there. So I was just like, all right, whatever. I didn't I didn't care enough, so I just skipped it. I don't know how to like intro into it, but like this guy, the spirit of truth, he was like, I don't even know if they still do this like type of stuff anymore, because I don't really see what the point would be. But like this was like public access back in like, I would hope the early 2000s, because this shit looks trash. But he was like the cussing pastor before the cussing pastor, and I found out about him on Tosh.0, which kind of explains why I am the way I am. But I've always wanted to put him in a video, and this was like the first time that I thought that it worked properly. So I was really happy about that. So he might be a mainstay until he does something like inappropriate, or like I find out something about him and then I have to stop, and then it makes me sad. Here we go, another book. Don't know what it is though, but it's a different book. I also bought a lav mic for this video. I probably should have said that before, but so yeah, now I don't have to worry about doing that, which I didn't bring up in the Sonic Untimely review, but like the live action shots in that, I had to have not this mic, the mic that I actually usually record in, which is like an Elgato mic. I think it's the Yeti, I don't know. That mic was like in front of me, but like low, so like it was out of the shot, but I had to have it there because I didn't have any other place to like record. So that made recording so much more difficult, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do that for this unless the mic was going to be like over here or like over here, and I didn't really like the audio quality from that, so I was like, I'll just buy a lav mic, and it was like a cheap, and it worked for this, so it's cool. Oh, for this video, oh my god, for this video I had to recreate my favorite things that I made, because I realized that I didn't have 3 fingers for him. It was always just 2. And so, but the issue was where I put the finger the first time was like, I think like more over here or something, and it didn't look right. if I tried to put another one like right next to it. So I had to remake them. For this one came again after editing, because I realized that the Grinch, like, these are actually his pants, which is stupid. It's very dumb, some of the things that Illumination did for this version of the Grinch. This is probably one of the biggest, because it's so inconsequential that it doesn't even make sense why they would do it, but they did it anyway. But I didn't realize that because realistically I wasn't really even paying attention this movie, because it just sucks. But in editing I realized, oh, he's like putting on pants over his furriness, because again, it's stupid. So I put this in here because I always try to protect myself against you people who want to act like you know, oh, actually blah 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 blah, like whatever, bro.
Got me now. You got me now. You got me now. Oh, you figured me out. You fucking income fucking poop.
What a great man. Okay, moving on. Oh, yeah. So Rupert actually changed also in the editing process, because in the scripts, okay, so Rupert was this, it was supposed to be I'm a finesser, a slick talker. It was supposed to be that, but I guess while I was looking at this again, I was like, oh, bro looks exactly like Ice Spice. So I just did that, but it wasn't supposed to be a Ice Spice joke at first, because what I was going to do for this grouper thing, I was gonna do what I did for Otis in the Good Burger movie, where I was just gonna put like a chain or whatever on him. But once I realized that he looked like Ice Spice, I was just like, oh, I'm not doing any of that. I'll just put a picture of Ice Spice on there and it'll be funny. Now we've reached the final filmed portion, which one thing that I did try to do but actually forgot about for two of them was that I was gonna have the little tassel be in different spots, but that only came across on this one because I had to reshoot so many times because I'm not very good at, you know, saying what I want with the script but not actually being able to look at it. That's really it. I guess now that I'm seeing this, I think this is the last time I could talk about this little badge thingy that I made for this, where I just took inspiration from my quick hits, like little badge thing, and I just wanted to make something for this. I do something similar in the Scott Pilgrim one, where I make like Scott into like a coin, like the Mario coin. But for this one, I was the text. What am I doing? The text thing? This? Oh, I was wildin'. Why would I have done that? The text? That's crazy. Outro audio was even worse than previously seen in this video, so I'm doing it again several days later. Watch the actual video, please. Go check out the homie Tunerific Tariq. Go show him some love. I don't have anything else to say. That's it for this video. Catch you in the next one. Okay, I'll figure out the audio eventually, but today won't be that day.